We start the recording. Yes.
Now it's recording.
Now it's recording, and from now on, this will be basically for you available and to watch it over and over again for training purpose. Okay, so let's. Sure.
Sorry, you mean to Francis or to all of us? Because I'll be very interested also in having access to that recorded video.
Of course.
All of you, don't worry.
Otherwise, I need to pray when Francis, like, oh, please, please.
Don't worry.
You need to tip him.
No, but actually, me and Barbara, we are working head to head. We are competing against each other. So I don't know how far she's come, but we always help each other. So.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
For sure.
And
Don't
it's
worry.
So, Francis, please
Yeah.
share a little bit about your story, why you started with SFM and building your website, if you want to share anything, all the way until today. And then we take into some actionable steps.
Well, I will start by saying this. Most of the time, we end up finding ourselves doing maybe something you had not planned, like in your life, maybe a job or something like that. That was me. I mean, all my life, been to school, and I finished school, went to college, had an education, and then waiting for a job, no jobs. So I ended up, working somewhere else, like for part-time, which ended up, I did it full-time anyway, but that's not where my heart was. But then I got caught up in it for, the last, let's say, 15, 16, 17 years. And then I got a chance to come to Denmark, still doing what I never wanted to do, but the opportunity was there. So I continued doing with it. Of course, I appreciate because it brought me a long way from where I was to where I am today, because, everything at the same time happens for a reason, and, is always pushing you for the best sometimes without realizing. They say sometimes it's a blessing in disguise. So I take that as a positive thing, and it's part of my journey. But anyway, through all of it, where you feel I'm better than this, I should be doing something else. This is not for me. I want to be something else. You go all day thinking, I want different. I want different. This is not how I want to live. I just want something different. And then it kind of got a little bit, my eyes kind of opened a little bit, and I thought, okay, you know what? I got a family now, and what I'm doing at the moment is not bringing the best income. And like in the beginning of SFM, it was all about freedom, time freedom, and all that. And then I really wanted to be able to maybe spend my time with my son and my family, and like have a nice time with my family. I wouldn't want him to grow up the same way I grew up. Me not be able to see my spending the time with my family. Like my dad, or because he was always working, stuff like that. So for me, it kind of like opened my eyes, and I feel like it's a very big thing, because I feel like it's been affecting me for a long time. And the way I think about myself being affected by the way I grew up, I'm a little bit worried about my son, because I don't want him to be worried later on about the same things that I'm worried about. So anyway, I took a desperate measure. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and I thought for myself, everywhere I see is online business, and I did not get it in the beginning. And then I went on YouTube. I was just searching online business, and they say you can start from home and blah blah blah, and it didn't make sense to me. And then I remember actually on Instagram contacting one guy who's doing the same, and he's doing a business with Amazon and drop shipping and stuff. So actually I contacted this guy, and he said, yeah, you can just come in my training. And then they were charging a lot of money, for the whole package. I was like, okay, well, I don't think I can afford that. So I kind of set him aside. I sent him aside, and I didn't go further with it. But then I think not so long time after, then Davide showed up in my screen. And then I thought, okay, this one looks interesting. I was like, okay, this one looks interesting. And it's like an educational thing. And, it's not just about making money. This was a whole different thing, where it's you yourself finding about yourself. You growing, you finding out things about yourself that maybe you didn't know you were, you know. All of a sudden you find out. Then anyway, then I clicked on the ad, I checked it, and you know, without even thinking, knowing what this and that, I just entered my details and blah blah blah. And then it got interesting because all of a sudden Stuart Ross was there, and it's like everything he was talking about was reflecting on my own life. Now I was thinking, wow, how do these people know everything, almost everything about you? Because everything that goes in your mind on a daily basis is what he's talking about. And actually, you know, I thought, okay, I think this is the thing, this is what I'm going to do. And I said, I'm not backing, you know, I'm not going back. But then again, I started the journey, did all the studying, all the modules and blah, blah, blah. And then I started creating my website. I thought I was going to launch actually a long time ago, but then I realized that my visa was not allowing me to earn from somewhere else, you know.
Mhm.
But then I had to wait because I had already applied for a while back. So I was just sitting and waiting, but at the same time I was working, you know, behind the scenes and trying to follow up with everything. But as soon as I got it in May, then I started getting, you know, active. Me and Barbara making fun about I'm gonna be, you know, all over the place with my phone and blah blah blah. We were joking about a lot about that 90-day video challenge, and I can say that SFM is a community of, it's like a family. It's so unbelievable because all of a sudden you have all these people around you who are like friends. You
Yeah.
don't know them, but just because of this SFM thing, you become like friends. If you have a question, you post on SFM Tribe, you have so many people wanting to help and everybody coming with, you know, answers and trying to help you, and you know, everybody's contributing on with the, you know, advice and, you know, how to solve problems.
Yes.
So, and through that as well, I've been reading books. I was never the best reader, you know, growing, doing things that, you know, better yourself, listening to motivational things instead of sitting and watching TV. I cannot remember the last time I sat down and pressed my TV. I cannot remember now, but before, every time I came home from work, you know, when I was relaxing, I was TV on, and I was just sitting there looking at a program. Now the TV is there. It's only on sometimes because my son want to watch cartoon.
Yes.
Other than that, I never watch TV. I have a book I want to read, then I have a book I need to finish. I sit with my book. If I don't have time for that, I have something to do with my website. Then I'm sitting with my computer. You know, this is like a personal growth where you end up thinking different. I think different now. Even the people I associate myself with, if I'm close with my friends, maybe working friends, you know, I can see myself so different from this group because I'm thinking, oh my God. You know, when I look at them, I'm thinking that's where I was and that's not where I want to be, you know? It's like a personal growth that actually, you know, you cannot just keep it to yourself because it's so overwhelming and kind of life changing. So so far with my website, I've created everything and done with the Google Analytics and Tag Manager. And right now, I think the next step that I'm going to is with the YouTube ads. And I went through some trainings yesterday on how you can put a YouTube ad and all that. So I think it's more or less the same with what I did in the Google with the Google Ads thing, because you just go in the new campaign ad and then it brings a small dashboard, and then you go to video, and then you click YouTube, and then you follow the steps. I
Yeah.
haven't gone that far yet because, you know, I was still doing some things and
We'll
asking
show
you
you
with the
everything in very
yeah
details now together.
yeah
But
yeah
before we move on, I want to say thank you for sharing all of what you share, because one of the main reason why we kept staying with SFM is one of the primary reason. Because money, as we say, is just
It comes and goes.
it comes and
right?
go anyway. You know, people
Yeah.
always need money. And there was one of my students the last month who specifically answered to a question to another guy like this: whether you are rich or not rich, everyone need money. So that's so unbelievably true that in regards to where you are in life, you need money. In regards to what you want to achieve, you need money. So money will always be something there that needs to be met. Is a need that needs to be met in order for us to actually go towards our dream, whatever it might be. The guy who have already billions dollars in the bank, maybe he has a bigger dream that he want to achieve. That he needs a lot of money to invest in that specific dream. Look at this Jeff Bezos and Mr. Musk. No,
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. They start to have trip to the space. Do you think this is? Do you think that that project it cost a few $1,000s? I don't think so. Right? So you can see that each and every one has their dreams to be fulfilled, and money is the vehicle that brings us there. Because with that, you need to educate yourself, you need to buy a team, you need to buy everything else. And looking back at our journey 3 years back when we jump into this, that's exactly the feeling we had. As a complete strangers, we say, I want to have something different in my life. I want to have something different part into my fulfilling life. I want to give something that I cannot even describe it, the feeling I had at the time. But I thanks so much SFM that brought me towards that direction today, because completely changed the direction. And I can only imagine if I was staying in the same position as before, today, in this 2020 situation and all COVID, with my current job, I would be completely jobless, completely, to be honest with you. So that has been a complete, let's say, a step that changed completely our direction from now on. And
it's quite interesting, that thing that you were saying, sorry David for jumping in, but it's quite interesting that you were explaining that you're looking at the other jockeys, right? And you see that, wow, how they were and how, like, where they are, and this is who you were, but this is not who you are anymore, because now you think differently. And I think that's such a powerful statement, because I think that's exactly what is happening with the SFM. Also, like David said, in our case, is that you see, like, you live inside of your life, inside of a bubble, and then suddenly it's like you gain some knowledge and some experiences, and then it just broadens your eyes so much to even more possibilities or a different lifestyle or thinking differently. So definitely it's really powerful stuff. So yeah, thank you for sharing. David, he's preparing now.
I am now in the place where we are all looking and waiting for.
Actually, to be honest, now when you were talking about your website, I'm really interested in seeing your website. But I think
it's not the perfect website. I just it's not perfect. The pictures maybe look a little bit dull and all that, but this is just the start. It's something that I can always go back and put new nice pictures.
Cool.
So if you see
to give you an encouragement word, I have changed my website over 30 times, so don't worry.
He changed a lot, and then I took over, so now I'm in charge of it, and it looks so much better, right?
But I'm gonna learn. I'm in the learning process as well, so
yeah, for sure, definitely. You learn a lot like this.
Let me see if everyone can see the screen.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. Now let me jump into, need to move something around. Okay. Now let's get to the meat, guys. Now this is your homepage of Google AdWords. I'm not gonna go into details because there is a lot to cover, I think, in the campaign on its own. But here, basically, on the side, you will have those active campaigns that they are running. And here there are all different parameters and new language for all of you, as it was for me. Now, the first goal you need to have is to launch a campaign, new campaign. Now, the first page that will be open is those questions, and these specifically are goals to be met from the side of Google. Google is asking, what do you want to achieve? And for SFM purpose, what we are actually achieving is not the sales, but it's the lead. So what we want is a person coming into our landing page, the page that soon. I think very soon you will share. Is it ready, Francis?
My what?
Your landing page. Anyway, I will show mine one as example for now. I will show mine one as example, but that's what we need to do is a lead, which means get leads and other conversions by encouraging customer to take action. And this is specifically when a person, one lead equal to one email, one human being who leave name and email, basically. And so this is the first thing we want to select. Then in our case, this is the select a campaign type. There are different types for different purposes. And what we need to do is to select video, because what we will do in this for this campaign purpose is that Francis, for now, will basically share his video across YouTube on his video ad across YouTube. So drive conversion, leave it as it is, nothing, then press continue.
So 2 things only.
Yes, at the beginning, that's the 2 things. Now, as you can see here is the general settings where it shows you video campaign, leads, and drive conversion. That's basically the main goal of the campaign. Then the first thing you start to ask is a campaign name. Of course, here we start to have a test example for now. And the bid strategy, meaning what type of strategy you want to use for your campaign. And generally we have these 2, actually, yeah, there are 2, thanks God. Before there were more, now there are only 2. So it's a target CPA and maximum conversion, meaning a target CPA, you're saying to Google, please go and find people with the target CPA of maximum of €5. Okay, so I'm willing to spend up to €5. I'm telling this to YouTube.
Per lead, right?
Per lead, yes. I'm willing to spend €5 per one email. So YouTube going to look for people that can cost maximum up to $5 per lead. Of course, he's trying always to search for lower price, but that's you want to give a cap and say to him, here is what I'm available to spend. That's it.
Usually with a new account, it's better to leave this one
to maximize conversion.
Yeah.
Meaning that Google is going to find people at whatever cost. So you don't give a limit to Google, but you give an open ocean, basically, where he can go and hunting for the right people for you. And this is so important for beginners account, which they have no history behind. And so this is very relevant for you, Francis, and everyone here in the call who is starting out with Google Ads. It's very important to understand that this is the first initial step, the way you and Google start to talk, right? So you start to say, hey, I want this type of people. Can you find me? Okay, let me see what can I find for you, right? So this is the first approach. And that's why we need to give him space to go and look for maximum conversions, meaning that he can spend his budget. If you have €10, he can spend it in 2 hours, as long as he find the people in 2 hours, right? So if I give him $100, then he will go and find those €5 and per lead times in order to reach the €100 limit. Within that frame, he's going to find the people for you.
If you put the cost per
the cost per acquisition, but maximum conversion, you just need to give him a budget, and then he's going to find as many people as possible within that budget. And then you start to realize some days spend less, some days spend more, but on average, spending what you have been set as a daily budget.
Yeah. So just to clarify one more time, the bid strategy, meaning if you click here and put cost per acquisition, basically you're telling Google, I want to pay X euro per person that comes in. And the budget, which is the one down here, is your daily budget. Okay. So for example, if you put 20 here, then if you have cost per acquisition, which is 5, you can maximum have 4 leads per day.
Yes.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
And as you can see here, it says on our history, it says that average CPA is between 6 to 8. So if I want to set a new campaign, I can look for this
Range.
range if I want to. Okay, but
And-
that's
And sorry, can I have a question?
Yes.
yes, sure.
What in case if we choose that other one, not CPA, but the other maximize conversion? So let's say the same example Caroline gave, 20, I assign 20 euros daily. What's
Yes.
happening then?
Then within this 20 euro, then he's
Google chooses.
going to go and choose how many people he can find for this 20 euro. So whether he find 2 people of 10 euro each, or he find 1 people for 20 euro, or he find 10 people for 2 euro each, that's irrelevant. That will be determined by Google. So that's why you
And-
need to.
And how is 2 euros, 10 euros per lead, 20 euros per lead, how they reflect, do they reflect to quality of lead? I mean, you know,
Yes.
what is a connection? Is it better to get, if Google Analytics, if Google will choose for us 1 lead that costs 20 euros, or better to have a cheaper list? Maybe it's a very stupid question, but I'm not getting
You
there.
are already ahead. You're already far away. That's
Yeah.
why we will take that as we go. But
Okay.
as a general rule,
No stupid questions, by the way. yeah?
exactly, no stupid question. As a general rule, what you want to aim for at the beginning is to give space to Google. Whether he will find 1 lead for 20 euro, meaning probably for 20 euro, probably the video ad is not that good. So you already got an answer. Makes sense. So of course, if you have a budget, we always suggest to have a budget which is within YouTube at least over 300 euro a month in order to have reasonable answers, because those are, we always think that way. The money that we spend in advertising, they are never waste of money. They're always learning money. That's what we really have to change in our mindset, because we were afraid at the beginning too to spend those money, and 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and then I didn't know what to which kind of action I had to make. And many times I post campaigns that they were very profitable, and I bite my hands big time, because there were too many campaigns that I stopped them because of fear of
So you,
losing money.
okay. So you are telling Davide that 300 euros a month means that you are, for example, setting click per action cost of 5 euros, yes, more or less, and then you, no, that's
No,
not.
I will
this.
start always as
10
a new
euros.
account. As a new account, I will set maximum conversion as a new account always on your
Yes.
first campaign, and then I will put a 10 euro daily budget if your budget
Okay.
is 300 euro, if that makes
Cool.
sense, right?
Mhm, mhm.
Then later on, once you start to see after 2 months or 3 months, you start to gain traffic, and then you start to see more or less, you will have an average of cost per lead, let's say of 4 euro, right? After this data has been collecting, you realize that your cost per lead currently is 4 euro. Then you can start another campaign with your target CPA up to 4 euro with the same budget of 10 euro. Make sense? As you can see here, as a rule, generally considering increasing your budget 28 euro or higher. This is Google asking you, of course, to spend more money, first of all, but to understand that generally you want to have, let's say if you got 10 euro budget, you need to have target CPA about 2 euro. So the rule is 1 to 5. That's more or less. Okay. So if I get 5 euro CPA here, 5 euro cost per acquisition, then eventually I should have here at least 35 to be within a good, your budget is now set amount that can help improve your campaign performance.
And Davide, sorry, is it because of probability, like of your acquisition? So with 5 people clicked in this case on the bottom a day. No, sorry, 7 people. Yes, it's 5 euros per acquisition. So 7 people. If Google, if I'm like 7 people will click this on my advert, click per action, and then not all 7 people, of course, will buy the product. You know, will.
That's not per click.
This is not.
That's why you're confusing. That's not a click. That's a lead. A click is when a person click on your video and they go to the landing page. their second step into the landing page, they need to leave the email and their name. After that, then they're gonna need time to go through, for example, in
Your
this
email
case,
list.
your email list. They go through and understand what have you got to offer, what SFM has got to offer, and then they eventually opt in.
I just want to mention to you, let's keep this call just to launch the first campaign, and then any like updates and stuff like this,
Any
and
questions, and
how to improve the campaign, let's take it maybe next time. So
okay, sorry,
first
I'm
time
silent.
no, no, don't be silent. If you have questions, ask. But let's try to get through the fact that actually launching campaign number 1.
Yes.
So keep it to maximum convert. I can't
Keep
even
it
say
simple,
that.
maximum conversion, and,
And
choose a
then
budget that
Choose
you
your budget.
feel comfortable to spend with. And remember, time a range of 300 euro will be minimum in order to get data.
Yeah.
Right.
Then the start date is quite important.
We want always to start at midnight. Why is that? So it can spend equally during the day. Okay, so it has 24 hours of spending. So when I start, for example, today, 21, I will set 22 without ending date, because I will be the guy who can pose it inside the back office. I can simply press pause it anytime. Okay. Then we go to network, and this one we can keep it on as a video partners on the display network. Some people don't, so this is worth to test it. We haven't tested yet. We keep it as it is, open generally. And then we go to countries. Now, here, in regards to your budget, you will then be prompted to choose locations. Where do you want to video to be shown to? As you start out with low budget, we always recommend don't put too many locations, because otherwise it takes even longer time to collect data. Okay, so keep it simple and create a strategy that is needed for you to understand data. That's all you need to do, especially at the beginning. You need to understand how these things is working, because it's new. And so
and also depends on your avatar, your customer avatar, and
your avatar, for example, and then where you think is located. If you want, some people want to target in their own country, some people don't. So some people, they even want to go deeper into cities, some people don't. So it really go into what you want to do. But basically here you can you can even select all countries and territories. If you have a budget of billions dollars, you go, I want to target to everyone.
Yeah, don't do this.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Would you suggest to target the English-speaking country because your advert is in English?
Definitely.
Yeah.
But
that would increase, no? Like, I don't know, if I target Poland, possibly I would fail completely.
Not necessarily, because here's the thing. When you go to languages, you have specific language. Select the languages your customers speak. Does not necessarily mean that what they're speaking, but what is their laptop or phone language in impostazione.
Yeah.
Language settings.
Setting.
Okay.
Oh my God,
so the language setting in their phone. For example, I have got my phone in English, but I'm Italian.
I have my phone in Italian and I'm Danish.
So
there you go.
You start, so this is so important also to target the eventually people know English, but their settings is maybe in other languages, So we always trying to put at least the language that if we target Denmark, there is Danish. And if we target French, there is French, Norwegian, Italian. So it depends on what you're targeting. Make sure that, because you might be able to find in England a person who is French, so he's using his phone in French settings, maybe. So next one, we go inventory type, and this we want to keep it as recommended in standard. Okay, this is just for if you have anything that YouTube can't show to kids or anything like that, like sexual strong content. Of course, we don't do that, so keep it
or swearing, a lot of swearing.
Yeah.
But yeah, just keep it standard.
Then here, correct. I select this to be excluded, embedded YouTube videos and live streaming videos, because I don't want to interrupt those type of videos. Okay, embedded YouTube videos, meaning that they have got, let's say, another page where they have put in a link into it, so the video is always playing in that page. Is staying there instead of being on YouTube, is staying in that page. So I don't want to target this type of. I don't know what they're doing with their pages or whatever. And live streaming as well. People are talking live. I don't want to be in front of, but yeah, bothering them at all. Then site extension is still to test. I haven't tested. I keep it as it is. And then we go important additional settings. Conversion. We keep it, use the account level, include conversion settings. So this is just technical that you need to keep it as it is. Device, set specific target for devices. Always exclude TV screens. Keep it tablets, mobile computers, and then you see over time which one are converting to you. What if they are costing too much or costing too less, then you can eventually choose to eliminate tablets or computer in regards.
I just have a small also information around this. Actually, this is really, really cool, because I remember one of my campaigns, suddenly mobile phones had really low conversions compared to the other ones. And then I understood there must be some issue with my mobile view of my landing page. And actually there were. So when I then did go in and check my landing page on mobile view, I find out that actually my picture was a little bit on top of my opt-in form, and that's why I had no leads coming in from my mobile version. So actually by having these on, like you can see then later on, maybe next time again, we will go through the actual numbers, and you can then see, okay, wow, if there is like suddenly a huge drop in mobile view compared to computer view, then you know, okay, there must be some issue. So it's really good to have this on, right?
Absolutely. One favor, guys, I think before that, actually, we don't panic. 3 minutes. Can we just switch step off the call? I will close the call and jump in again, okay? And then we continue from there. Let's do this. So very quickly, we were, frequency device kept this free, we keep it on. As we move down, kept impression frequency 2 per day, meaning how often we want to bother people, okay? 2 times a day. An impression is only when the video is showing to them, but they haven't seen you more than 30 seconds or they have been clicking. A view is when they have been watching either more than 30 seconds or they have been clicking. That's how they counted both parameters. From there, we go schedule is basically all day. We choose all day. There are business that they require to be shown within a certain time because they have maybe operation business hours during 9 to 5, whatever. Maybe they need to have a close call on their phone or whatever. They need to have their team ready to answer, perhaps.
Or if you have an ad that says exactly good morning, then maybe it's not so good to show it in the evening.
Yes, exactly.
But that detailed we are not. So
yes,
keep it all day.
Then ad group. Now we start to go into
the ad creation.
The ad creation. They call it ad group. So far we have been set the general rules for this campaign. Okay, so it's the step number 1. We want to set the foundation. What I want to do with this campaign, who I want to target, and which language, and so on, frequency capping devices, and the budget. That's what is the basic foundation for the campaign. Now I start to be creative on it, and then I can possibly create more videos at once that I want to be tested under the same campaign. Now, starting, we always suggest 1 video, and that's it, 1 campaign, simple. Even the targeting that we will jump on a moment. The ad group is basically, we start to, here I've always been selecting standard, because here it says here, create skippable in-stream ads, meaning that I'm only gonna be shown to those one that can press skip. So when a video ad coming up and you're on YouTube, then you can press skip, if you wish to not watch the video ad. If you click responsive, the create video ads can show on multiple formats, meaning in other place on YouTube, on the sidebar, and so on. It's going more into a responsive mode rather than standard. I haven't tested responsive. I go always with the standard. Has been working so far, so I don't want to change it.
And also with the responsive, you don't really have such a great control over it. Like the standard, okay, fine, this is the place where it will show. And responsive, you don't know exactly, you can't tell Google exactly what will happen. They will do it for you. So better to always be as much in control as possible.
Yeah. So let's name it this group name, the name of the ad group, which is Video One Francis, for example. Now we start to go into demographic, meaning who I want to target as my audience. Female, male, unknown, 18, 65 plus, unknown, not parent, and unknown. And in some countries such as US and I think Japan and maybe New Zealand, maybe, you are able to choose the household income. So how much is their earning as a family? And then you can select the top 10% or the lower 50% in the range of who you want to target, basically. If, as you can see, I'm not able to click because I'm not targeting those countries. Otherwise, it would give me a possibility to select this as well. Like if you target to Canada or US, even by states, I mean, this will be able for you to be clickable. Anyway, what I like to do at the beginning, understanding your target avatar. You have an idea of which range age they might be, if they are parents or not parents. In regards to what you offer, you choose your targeting. So SFM, who can this be for? Can it be for student? Maybe. Can it be for soon parents? Can work. We are one of them. Can it be people already are parents, they're currently in their business, 9-to-5 job. They are going through their daily life, running around from place to place, kids, work, blah, 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 blah. Can be. Pensionist? Maybe. Can it be? There has been people in SFM that has been as a pensionist, living in a what do you call Spain, South Spain, living their pension, and they did SFM as an extra additional income. So this was a purely on passion based. So this can really be. It depends how you present your message. If in your message you're already describing things that a student might have in mind, or you are describing things that the pensionist might have in mind, then you might think about to target specific people. If you don't mention anything of those lines, then give yourself chance to, at the beginning, open up the market, and they give you the answer, right? So you always start to give yourself a chance to open up. If I'm saying in my video, are you a pensionist? Then for sure I need to target people that they are 55 above, like going towards those lines, right? I'm not gonna talk, are you a pensionist to a young kids?
Just went away, sorry.
Are you, wait, what's going on here?
No, it's just, yeah.
So here's you can select. I like to keep it everything open except 65 plus. But as an answer so far in our own journey, we have been people engaging with us from 18 to 44, and then we got small range between 45 and 64. Actually, not 64. This number never. I think we only get in this range.
You mean as a member? But as a lead, we do have.
As a member, but as a lead, we get all of them.
Yeah. But we, for example, just to say something, in the beginning, we actually excluded also 18 to 24. And in the very beginning, because it was just recommended to take away 18 to 24 and 65 plus. So we just did what was recommended, but actually we find out that we got most of our members and sales in general from that group actually. So
as well. Yeah.
it's yeah, you need to basically test it on yourself and to see what works for you.
As a student, what I realized that, of course, as I'm more time into the business, you start to realize that yes, that can be for SFN, but eventually they are not in a position they can invest a lot in themselves, especially if they are studying. So yes, they can eventually afford the membership of $100, but eventually they will not be able to go in those higher
Probably,
programs
yeah.
that SFM offers for themselves to really boost their journey, right? So it's a yes and no. It's always good to test. For me, yeah, go ahead.
How about the working moms? 18 to 24, it's a bit early, yes?
Well, eventually there are moms that are that young and they are working, and eventually you're talking to them. Now, of course, if you compare yourself only, then you feel comfortable in going your age, but you don't know at any other stage of life what people might have in their mind.
I completely get where you come from, but I would not specifically put anything here in your first campaign. So in your first campaign, I know that you know exactly you advertise working moms, so you would probably have taken away both unknown and male and 18 to 24, and you would probably like really narrowed it down. I would, in your first ad, I would leave it everything open. And
also,
then,
you know why? Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
go ahead.
You know why also? Because the husband might been seeing you on the YouTube, and then he have been suggesting this to the wife.
Or the computer is the husband's computer, and she's the one searching on the computer. You only have one computer in the house, and she's searching on the male computer. So in the end of the day,
how about 65 plus? That I think can click, or maybe grandparents are looking.
You can, but like I say,
are you a busy working mom? Maybe grandma.
I actually have a student here who just got one year ago became a grandparent for the first time. I tell you, he's taking care of this grandson every day from 10 o'clock to 6 o'clock every day. So he's almost working
So,
like a parent.
keep yourself open. That's what we highly encourage. At the beginning, especially, guys, I'm still running campaigns with not so much narrow targeting, because then I limit myself.
We narrow on different on the locations and different things, but on these ones, not so much.
Not so much. Then we go audience. This has changed. This is new to me as it is
to you.
So custom audience, reach people based on their search activity. Okay, got it. Remarketing, interested, detailed demographic. That's very interesting to be discovered. Okay.
Oh, that's good. That's similar to Facebook.
Yes. Now, audience is what type of audience I want to target. If there is an existing audience that I have already collected as a data, for example, people that have been visited already my website, or people who have been watching already my YouTube video, or people that are already in my Facebook group, people that are already very targeted custom audience that I already engage with them, or you can create a specific one. Now, if I go browse, yeah, exactly. I have created this in the past. This custom intent, basically people was looking for make money online and relative keywords related keywords that they have been looking for in the past 3 to 6 months. So anything that was in those lines. So I've created this as a custom intent. I've done that in another section, which is up here, but I'm not going to go in details today. This basically, it's more of a customized project that you can do later once you have data. Okay, for now we keep it as it is. I can see that they have been insert remarketing, which is also very powerful, and then interest and detail demographic. Yeah, this is something to look into for, because I don't know why they are improving. They are constantly changing. So you need to be up with the bit sometimes. But here,
We
as
launched
an
this
audience,
2 weeks ago, a new campaign, and they already changed.
they already changed. So
Cool.
as a general audience, we like to kept open it. Why? Because here is what I was doing in the past. I was inserting business professionals. I was putting inside business professional. So all those people that are business professionals in general. Okay. So you give already, let's say, a type of people you want
That
to target.
Google thinks.
The Google
is,
thing
yeah.
is a business professional. Okay. Always think that way. Then I will say at the beginning, leave it empty. You can improve as you go. Optimize targeting. Let me see. On optimize targeting helps you to get more conversion based information. Speed up your word and then insert optimal afterwards. That is already on, as I can see. So you don't need to touch anything. And now it comes the most important part for you, which is keyword, topics, or placement. This is how you want to target your audience. Generally, keyword is basically, as the word it says, as a specific keyword that you want people that you want to target, that people are looking for. So you can open here and you can put inside Tony Robbins, or you put inside any name, Insigne.
Who's that?
The football player of Italy.
Ah.
Any name that a person might look for, or any specific terms that they might look for. For example, losing weight. Okay, that could be a keyword that you want to use specifically. And then in keyword, Google is, in regards to keyword, Google is giving you also the possibility to do a research. If you go up here and you select tools and settings, on the first row, it says keyword planner. I'm not going to go into that, but as you go inside, you basically are able to type in the keyword and see how much data that keyword has collected in the last period. So you start to see, okay, how is the traffic?
Yeah, how many people searching?
How many people are looking for? It's worth to spend on this keyword. There's so much competition. There's too little competition. Let me see how is the bidding range. It's between 2 and 10 euro. Can I afford that? Maybe it's no go. And then you make choices. So you select, narrow down, and then you have an amount of keyword, which we advise to put maybe 10 keyword at max. But eventually, in regards to your budget, you also want to target one keyword at a time, specifically. So if your video is very specific to people want to make money online, then you take a keyword, make money online. That's it. And you test this. After you have seen that you receive some data, you're collecting data, then you make an informed decision and say, okay, this hasn't performed much, didn't bring any sale, good to go, bye-bye, test another one. That's why budget does the game here, because it gives you answers. You are able to make choices faster. So one of the big advice one marketer gave me is, if you have a 300 budget a month and you are at the beginning stage, right? You are in this battle with yourself where, should I wait 1 month to receive an answer? Or I spend all the 300 in 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, and then I get an answer and I can move forward. Makes sense, the battle here. Is that how fast I want to get where I want to go? And then you make a choice. That's exactly what marketing it is. It gives you answer fast, because that's exactly why it's powerful to know how to target those type of audience that you can reach on the internet. So it takes time to collect data and budget.
On your very first campaign, Davide, this is not, I think, the case to talk about spending $300 in 3 days.
Correct.
Yeah.
So I didn't do that. I was scared like hell, so I didn't do it. Don't go that way if you don't feel like. But you got to start first. Then yes, you gain
Yeah.
confidence. You start to see what works. Then you feel more comfortable into spending. That's also the journey that you will go through.
I think that the most important with the very first campaign that you're going to launch is to understand the settings, the setup, and then starting to gather some data. So then we can actually go in and analyze the data. So we can know exactly, okay, how to improve now this ad and what to do exactly.
And we will do another
data.
webinar specifically with this,
course.
how to understand.
But just one
metrics.
thing I just want to mention regarding this keyword stuff, like David, he showed you where the keyword planner is. Highly recommend you guys that if you are doing if you choose the campaign to be based on keywords, you must do a keyword research beforehand. Yeah. So don't go in and just think, oh, I think Tony Robbins, oh, everybody puts Tony Robbins, let me put Tony Robbins, because you're going to waste your money. Okay. So don't do that. Do a specific keyword research based on your avatar, based on your video, and make sure that it's that you have enough traffic and the keywords make sense compared to what you're offering also.
Great.
But you were mentioning also beats. Sorry, David, just one question.
Yeah.
You were mentioning this beat cost. So if I, for example, I don't know, have working moms or whatever, I don't know what make keyword for now would be, but that's a working mom or work from home, and I'm having that optimize conversion, not I don't have a cost of beat. I have this 5
yes.
I have only the daily budget.
Only a daily budget.
Yes. How do I find the connection between the keyword from the search and my daily cost?
Yes, this you will find at the beginning. You don't have an answer for this, so you will test through data and you will see how much actually is able to spend, because the bid you can't control. It's happening behind the scene. So the bidding, you will always lose with somebody that's willing to spend more on the same keyword. So here is Google have available 100 people, right, to be shown your video to. And then they have 20 advertisers where they want to show as many as possible. And who is willing to spend 20 euro a day, who's spending 50, who spend 1,000. So they go in bidding and they give priority, but they don't give all the videos to the most to the biggest budget, because they can't show only that to everyone. So they start to have priorities and then they go narrow down until your video is also shown as well. So the bidding on itself, you can't control. It's happening behind the scene.
So which parameter I should look at when I'm choosing, the right keyword? So how to choose the right keyword? Like I would have working from home.
Yeah, I think we need to do that in another video.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I think that topic might take too long then to go into it. Yeah. But it's a great question. I think we can definitely
let's write this behind our ears, and we will definitely make a webinar regarding keyword research.
Because this is the very first scratch. So let's make it happen.
Cool. Sorry.
No problem.
Too much concentrate on details. It's me. Sorry.
No problem. Then we go into topics, guys. And here you can go banana and have a look here what they have as a interest, as a person can be interested to. For example, entertaining, art. You go click on it, and if this is going, yes.
Yeah. No.
I mean, you can find anything here, guys. You can lose yourself into it, looking for specific things. So now here we were targeting in the beginning of our journey self-help, which is something that people are willing to. They are already in the state of investing in themselves, or they are doing maybe yoga, or they're doing maybe meditation. It's a kind of self-development journey.
Yeah. So the difference, basically, guys, is the keyword, of course, is directly what a person types in the search bar on YouTube, and topics is what has they generally been looking at, which general videos have they been
And you
Yeah,
yes, and
join,
YouTube give a
and
bucket
then-
and put people in who have been around those
let's say
interests.
generally, let's say for example, the real estate. So generally in the last months, actually, how long do they go back? Is it more than 1 month?
90
Is it 90
days,
days?
I think.
So in the last 90 days, I've been generally looking mostly at real estate. Then I will get into that bucket, right?
Yeah.
So
And
it's
people might come in the pocket, might get out of the pocket.
Yeah.
It depends on the period and their behaving on the internet. And they know everything. So you can go wild here. There is no limitation. But make sure that if your
It
budget is
fits.
low, be very specific and put maybe one topic, because one topic is already huge.
Yeah.
It's already big as a amount of people inside.
and you can actually constantly, if I just show with the mouse and not with my finger, though, as you can see over here, on the right, you can always see more or less the impressions. That means how more or less how many people that you are able to reach with whatever topic or keyword that you are
Yes.
typing in.
So look at this.
So you can always monitor it. So then you
I
can see
select
now
one.
it's loading.
Jobs and education.
So
and
it's
went to
3.3 million.
3.3 million.
So
And I go, if I add this, it
if you
goes
add it, then it goes of
8
course,
million.
yeah.
But of course, the more people, the more I spread my budget, the more longer time it takes me to get an answer.
Yeah.
Makes sense? And
So
then,
keep one, maximum two, basically.
yes, and then you want to have placement. And placement is basically a video that is basically where do you want to show as an ad on a specific video already available on YouTube. So let's say you are on a channel looking on YouTube browsing for a specific video, and there is a guy who you follow, and this guy has a possibility to have ad on his videos. Then you have chance, if you put specifically his URL, which is the link of that specific video, you paste it here, and then everyone who jump on that video, you will be actually the person who's shown as an ad. So this, for example, it can take long time to gain this URL, because basically what you need to do, as I did at the beginning, you need to go manually. As I go here, for example, on YouTube,
Just take that guy, doesn't matter.
this guy, for example, I can select here the URL, copy it, go here, and then I paste it. And this is my first video. So you can see here, and you can do that. You select, and then it goes here. You can do with every single channel and each single video
Each
URL.
single video, yeah.
Yeah, so if you follow somebody that already is very like he's talking about the subject that you are interested, and you want your video show in front of them, then you can select that link and paste it as a specific video to be shown yourself in front
that
on
video,
top of
yeah.
that.
But this is a very tiring.
I mean,
let's
the
say,
process to me has been incredible tiring.
And
because
also you need to constantly update, because you know how YouTube works, right? Every time, like every day, there is so many new videos that is constantly being uploaded, and people are watching maybe very much in the beginning when a new video is uploaded, and then after that maybe they don't look so much at that specific video, right?
Yeah.
So this is something that, if you want to be really specific, like, and control exactly where your video ad is shown, you can. We haven't had so much success with this type of campaign, and we're not using placements too much.
Too much, but
We use mostly keyword and topics.
Two reasons.
Yeah.
You need to have a long list of channel, because of course you need to give YouTube a chance to go and spend
Yeah.
all around those videos. And second of all, there are software that search for you. So there is softwares that you type the interest, and they will find all the links for you. But of course they are paid software. So you need to go and have an extra additional cost. They're not cheap, honestly. So unless you're a big company here, I think when you have a bigger budget that you can spend in additional monthly expenses on those software, then it's worth to test it. It's
Yeah.
worth to have it definitely.
And also, I would
Definitely.
also say Barbara, one more thing regarding this is that we actually Davide did this. I didn't do this. Davide did this. That through the older campaigns that we have had, basically what he did is that he goes in and see where our sale came from. You can see exactly which video that a person was watching when our ad showed up, and they actually did go in, and then we can see whoever purchased. So that's why tracking is very important, by the way. But then we know exactly which videos that people were, and we are always saving those in a spreadsheet. So we have a separate spreadsheet where we have all of those URLs, so that in the future we could actually gather, like once we gather so many of them, we could actually create a campaign only with those URLs. But then we don't need to go in and search for it. We just mark them down, basically, like going through.
Copy and paste.
So so that means that a placement campaign can be a really, because it's so specific, so it can be highly successful and profitable, but at the same time it's also a lot of work to do. So it's
Okay. Just one question. This placement means that, let's say that somebody is watching I don't know, everything from mom I don't know, on YouTube there's some channel, everything for moms, let's say, and has a specific it's a channel. So the people who are watching this channel, they will be bothered with my advert, yes? So people who are in this channel, they are just it's shown my advert shown to them. If you copy
the link of the channel, or even for a specific video in the channel, you paste it there, and then if you put the link of the URL, basically you have chances to be shown in every video available in that channel. Whether if you put a single URL or in that channel of one video, then you have only chance to show in that video.
Okay, understand. And then one more, I need to decide whether I'm going for keyword-based campaign, topic-based campaign, or placement one. Yes. I cannot run on keywords and topics at the same time.
Highly not recommended.
Okay.
Highly not recommended, especially starting at the beginning and having a low budget, using one campaign and one content. So basically, you have one target, right? So you know also what are you targeting, and the budget is specifically spending on that. Then if eventually you want to test the keyword, let's say you start with topic, and then after that you want to start with keyword, then you create a separate campaign where you will start with keyword or topic, whatever you may willing to choose.
This is just our preference, and this is how we prefer to do it, because it's clear.
And you were starting with keywords or with topic? Your first campaign was based
we started with the topics.
Yes. Self-help we did, right?
We did self-help topics. That's it. That's all we did, and that was a specific reason for see if our video was good enough, just to test that. You know, is it people bothering us to listen to us and hear what we have to say? This was the purpose why we wanted to just test and see what's going on out there. Anyway, we come down to the last part, so let's keep it tight. Here is where basically your URL video that you have chosen as an ad. You go in your channel, copy the link, and paste it here. Here's where you need to go. So let's say, for example, this is the video I've been choose, and here it comes.
It should be your own video.
Should be your own video. Don't put anyone
this
else.
One.
And then you can see it's already selected, skippable in-stream ad. Now, final URL. We are gonna have here where we want them to land as a landing page. Okay, so Francis, you will put here Francis landing page.com. Okay, let's give an example. Then here it says display URL, meaning what I want people to see as a general URL. So generally the landing page has got something like landing page 1, me, 1, video,
Egypt,
50, 2, whatever. Okay.
Whatever name that you gave it, right?
And then here you actually put only what you want people to see, which is eventually only your website name. Okay. Why is that? Because also people might be willing to not click on your ad, but they go and look out on your website.
Yeah.
Eventually, has happened this. And then you want to have a call to action, which can be learn more or watch more.
You notice there is only 10 characters, no?
Yes,
Is it 10?
10.
So it's quite important that you, you find something that, hello,
Hello.
baby, exactly. So, so learn more or watch here or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
whatever. So
Whatever
you can play around. Don't have capital letter, otherwise
They want
Google they
accept.
won't accept it and they will refuse it.
And also no signs, no? Like
What-
no, how to say?
Yeah, no
Symbols, what do you call them?
symbols. Yeah,
No, I don't
characters.
know.
I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, don't any
Special characters, yeah.
any
Yeah,
special characters.
use the alphabet and that's it.
Yeah.
Small.
CTA 1, cat 1. Okay, you change it.
Cat 1, great.
Final URL, sorry guys, just to be clear here, final URL and display URL, they are the same final website, but just I'm calling my website in
Okay.
a better way, yes?
In simple words, basically they can click on this, but they can't click on that. That's why I call display. They can only see it, but they can't click it.
So the
Okay, but it
final
is the same
URL
website. It is my
Yes.
landing page.
Yes,
Yeah,
it needs
yeah,
to be your landing page. The final URL is your landing page and your display URL should be your website because that's what they will see. They will just see it will, can you write a proper one so that actually it will show up?
Yeah, you mean here?
No, in the final URL because since it's not a proper one, then he won't show. No, hai capito, amore? Metti uno nostro perché sennò non si fa vedere.
Ah, okay, I got it. Hold on a second.
One second, because if it's not a proper URL, then it won't show up. That's why. So we will just show you so it's easier.
Mhm.
So we just take quickly our URL. 1 second. Va bene quello, no?
Yes.
Okay. Can you see it?
Yes?
Okay.
What do you want then?
Perché non fa vedere?
Because it's the video here. What do you want to see?
Ah, no, usually it comes up, right? Go click here. Write our thing, authentic laptop license. Ah, okay.
No, it doesn't
It
show
doesn't
here.
show apparently. Yeah.
But basically, maybe yeah, here it is. On
desktop.
on mobile, it might be actually.
No, but it does show on the actual video. I just don't know why on
Anyway, as you
the
can see
preview it
here,
doesn't show.
you can see here a general look on how it can. You can even press here, preview. Is open up another page where
Hey guys, what's going on? Joshua
Yeah.
Elder here. Welcome.
Yeah, here's the example. Here is the link that they can see, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is the display. But if they click, they go on the link that had been inserted, which is specific landing page. Make sense? That's I just keep it simple so people don't get crazy if they see all these numbers and so on.
Yeah, we just want to clean it up,
Yeah,
the look of it,
yeah,
basically.
because you never
Welcome.
know. And anyway, this is another part that we need to get through, I think, guys. Because
On the
this is-
different videos, yeah.
This is we're gonna talk Arabic because you won't understand what those things are.
Actually, it's less than 1 minute, guys.
Yes, so Zoom
We
will
are
gonna shut
done,
us
eh?
down, but we are perfectly done. After you here, you don't need to touch anything. Keep it as add one. Then you create this. Let me give a quickly budget. Create. And then this is done.
Congratulations.
Your campaign is ready. So basically we have set up a campaign. Guys, you have been amazing so far. I hope we have been giving you some clarity. Expect from us an additional webinar with more details about it. I know this can be very overwhelming at first. So reach out if you feel panicking, you don't know what to do. Scream out, you can always reach out to us.
Yeah.
Hope it
no
makes
problem.
sense.
That was very helpful, guys.
Very helpful,
so
yes,
I-
very, very much. Thanks a
You're
million.
so welcome. I will upload it so you will have it, all of you, Barbara. Don't worry.
Thank you. Thank you,
Nice,
Timo.
awesome.
Thank you, Francis.
Yes.
Thank you, Barbara.
Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Thanks a million, guys.
I speak to you soon. Take care.
Yes.
Bye.
Yes,
Bye.
you too. Thanks.